Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and this time I'll be playing Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, Blind. It is an adventure game that I picked up mostly and pretty much only because I've heard it's good. Supposedly it's like one of the classic series of point-and-click adventure games. There are 3 of them. I bought all of them. But I have no idea what it is actually about, or, any specifics of the plot or even the setting. Although I have to say, the first impression is pretty good because of the music in the main menu. I think it's pretty kick-ass, sort of foreboding. I definitely like it. So, just a word of warning. I am definitely a newcomer in the genre of adventure games. I am enjoying my descent into that particular genre of games. I have played a few on the channel already. You can see that there are playlists in the playlist list under adventure games, and some of them were really cool. But what I want to underscore is there is a high chance I am going to get stuck, or I'll be clicking everything on everything else just to see if it works. If I get seriously stuck for a longer time, I will probably speed it up or denote it in the description so that you can skip it. I don't want to cut it because I like to preserve at least a hint of the fact that a given section of a game has given me trouble. I think it's just more honest this way, rather than cut it and pretend like I have solved everything on the first try. So yeah, just a word of warning, and with that being said, let's start a new game. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. Will the text wait for me? I won't lie, it would be nice, because sometimes, obviously, English is not my first language, so sometimes I stumble over words a little when I read out loud. No, it won't wait for me, but it's really long, so I should be okay. If it keeps the pace.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps, like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Okay, the graphics are definitely kind of something else, because they don't even have facial features, which is kind of scary sometimes. You just have this blank mass in place of their face. Okay, let me...
St. George Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character. Blessed caffeine. Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Okay, so there's a special voice for the narrator.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
And she has a bit of a sassy personality, it seems. So he's a writer then, although not a very prominent one, it seems.
The books on that top shelf include mysteries and other pulp novels from the 50s and 60s. Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing. St. George Books could use some... Gabriel plans to turn the balcony into a schmaltzy cafe, if he ever gets the cash. The front door leads to Bourbon Street. Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather. Grace's coat is a simple but classic trench coat. Gabriel hates people with good taste.
She really has a lot of sass.
The chandelier is original. Gabriel finds it charming. All right. He can't afford to replace it. That shelf holds used copies of the Dime Strife series, secrets of unsolved ancient UFO mysteries and such. They just leap out the door. The ladder provides access to the uppermost shelves of the bookcase. Cute gargoyle, eh? Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs. The books on the desk all need repair work. 3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease. There's a pair of tweezers on the counter. Grace uses them for book repair work. St. George's book. The book rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspired combination. Grace keeps her art supplies here. St. George. The curtain doesn't provide much privacy, but Gabriel's rarely in his bedroom during shop hours anyway.
Oh, so I also live in this shop.
The desk drawers mostly stick. The desk drawer. Grace likes the little banker's lamp. She has the soul of an accountant.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, so how do I change... Okay, so with right-click, I change icons for, I assume, interaction. Because those items specifically look like something I could pick up, right?
Times-Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution, and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right. You've already got me, you lucky devil.
Gabriel could move the tweezers round on the desk, but it would be rather pointless.
Yeah, no, I want to pick it up, which...
I'm gonna take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home. Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
Okay, can I take anything from here?
It's certainly light enough, but rather useless, as Gabriel well knows. Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
Okay, let's talk to her. What's the difference between question mark and exclamation point? It's... I assume the general questioning would be the question mark, but is exclamation point for, like, threatening people? Oh, okay, maybe it'll tell me here. Actually, it doesn't. Is there, like, a help option? I have mail. 3 out of 342, which I don't even... Okay, maybe this. This area shows your current score and the maximum points possible. Okay, so there are points in this game. Controls. The icon is currently disabled. The recorder button will bring up the recorder screen. The recording screen allows you to play back any conversations Gabriel has had in the interrogation mode. The inventory button will bring up the inventory window. The inventory window stores all of the items that Gabriel is carrying. Move icon, open, close, operate, pick up, talk with the exclamation point, and ask allows you to interrogate someone. Okay, so it's kind of the opposite way around. It's a bit convoluted. Like, why? I don't think you need separate actions for move and pick up. It could be context dependent, although I guess maybe there are puzzles that specifically differentiate between those. I don't know, some things that only work if you try to move them, but if you try to pick them up, they break or something. But it seems a little convoluted. And again, why have a specific context action for opening, closing things? It's obvious that if I want to interact, for example, with a drawer, I would open it first. That's kind of just, basic logic. Okay, let's talk to her. Though first, let's try if...
Wishful thinking.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
What? I don't understand that joke. Is that supposed to be related to BDSM? Or to being institutionalized? Because, sometimes in hospitals, if you're aggressive and stuff, they strap you down to the bed. Overall, I don't exactly understand. I guess let's check this.
Saint George, that doesn't work. It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning up in there.
I guess let's start with that. Oh, okay, I can't really get in there, so I assume.
It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get...
Gabriel's bedroom is also his office, his studio, and library. Gabriel, a little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door. The refrigerator is already functioning. The desk phone is cheap, but functional.
Another month of missing my mortgage, I'll be pushing those pencils on the street.
The typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory.
Mediocre glory. The narrator really seems to hate the protagonist. She's like throwing shade at him with every other sentence. Also, I wonder, because obviously I'm not American, is her accent like, I don't know, New Orleans accent? Like, what's up with that? Because it's pretty distinct. So obviously, in New Orleans, you have a lot of sort of French influences. I think they even name dropped like the French Quarter.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. Gabriel's reference books occupy a space near his typewriter. A small trunk serves as a table for the radio. Gabriel's mini stereo isn't exactly high fidelity. Then again, neither is he. Mardi Gras mementos left by some female or other. The carpet was Grant's. She gave it to Gabriel to cheer the place up. Jeans and T-shirts. Jeans and T-shirts. Jeans and T-shirts. A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. Gabriel likes a subdued lighting effect in his studio. The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks. The dress Gabriel likes it's Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual.
I'm not exactly sure what it is I'm supposed to be doing in reality.
The refrigerator is already functioning.
Writer's block.
Hi, this is Ray Bob Gelmy saying come on down to Gelmy Auto Center for the best deals in new and used transportation. You'll be glad you did.
At Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every title 50%. When you see our selection and prices, you will never want to shop with those little guys again. The Creole Grand Dames will hold their annual Gardenia Festival and Tea this coming Tuesday at the Sons of Burgundy Hall. Admission is free.
I'm not sure if I'm still waiting for something.
You're listening to KLEB in New Orleans, where we play the best music 24 hours a day.
Anything interesting in the trash?
I'm not gonna empty the damn thing now.
Oh. Do I have any...
There's nothing there to operate. Gabriel never has figured out how to operate the memory function on this phone.
Okay, I don't have anyone to call, so... Oops, I cancelled the radio advertisement. Accidentally.
There is nothing to operate there. Gabriel cannot see a way to use that.
It's no use. I can't sleep.
I guess I'll walk out then. As I don't know what else would I be doing right now.
The top of the desk is Grace's private domain.
I guess I could make...
The coffee has already been made.
Oh, I can have a drink then.
The coffee...
Or not.
Good coffee.
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Hell, just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
Well, actually, on a second thought, it's not funny. Like, because at first I assumed it was kind of just sort of banter between them, but then when she said get down, it made it sound like he did that in the past, which is not only woefully immature, but also, not okay. So, yeah, that's weird.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Good luck.
New Orleans map.
Please select a destination icon.
Well, I guess I am researching those voodoo crimes, right? And they specifically mentioned those two locations, the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Voodoo Museum. So, Mississippi River. So let's go here, I guess.
Hi. Uh-huh.
The mask appears to be made from a real crocodile head. It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask. The Dixieland drugstore is crammed from top to bottom with strange merchandise, some or all of which seems to be related to the practice of voodoo. The poster reads, "Power will be yours when you use Papa Legba's power-drawing incense and Master Power oil. Buy some today." Small bags made of felt and flannel hang from the ceiling.
Those are gree-gree. They're full of magic. No guarantees, though,
The Dixieland... The glass jars contain a number of things Gabriel can't identify.
And wouldn't want to.
The shelf hold containers of dried items, flowers, grass, black cat bones. In this case are super concentrated fixing oils and packages of pins.
Lodestone powder. 5-finger grass. Something tells me I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Herbal oils for love, luck, power, and success. It's nearly as old as the one at St. George's. The signs say, "Special Saint Jean Eve, Lagnappe, free bottle of Lover Come Back to Me oil or Master Gambling oil with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
The dust on those boxes is older than Gabriel. The dust on the voodoo and hoodoo, the craft as revealed by traditional practitioners by Jim Haskins. Available at Dixieland Drugstore and other fine stores. The proprietor doesn't look especially friendly. His business probably doesn't depend on walk-ins.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This is a Dixieland drugstore, and I own it, me. Name's Walker, Willie Walker.
So, this is a voodoo store, huh?
Voodoo? No, man, this is a curio shop. The things you see here are from local folklore. None of it's real, I tell you for sure.
As opposed to voodoo? Like, that's a weird thing to say, to be honest. Because if you believe in magic, why would you denounce your own magic shop? And if you don't, that was a weird way to structure the sentence. Because why make the distinction? For me, voodoo is not real either. So...
What about these magic oils and powders you're selling? Aren't they a part of voodoo?
Read the label, man. We make no claim. Sold as curio only. It means what it says, no? These are novelties, not voodoo.
So does any of this stuff actually work?
Are you crazy, man? These are just curios, novelties for the tourists.
So does any of...
I guess I can also interrogate him.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want. I'll answer what I want.
I guess let's first have him talk about himself to sort of get more acquainted.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
St. John's Eve?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
Oh.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've lived here all my life, me.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Cabri Sancour.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
What did you mean when you said Cabri Sancour?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
I assume it's French, although it, it does kind of sound possibly like Latin as well, but that isn't weird because you have a lot of Latin influences in French, and I guess they all kind of sound French because of the accent. Like, he specifically literally addresses me as Monsieur, which is sort of French for sir. Cor in Latin would be heart, and this would be a verb of some kind in the third person. But so verbing something without a heart would be, if we assumed it's Latin. Why is himself?
Tell me about yourself. How did you get into this kind of business?
Why should I discuss my business with you, man?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'm a busy man, monsieur. I don't get out of my neighborhood much.
Tell me about yourself. How did you get into this kind of business?
Why should I discuss my business with you, man?
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These are novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they're magic, it's not my concern, you know.
Are you telling me that you own a voodoo shop, but you know nothing about voodoo practices?
Affaire n'est pas affaire blanche.
What does that mean?
Means you should mind your own business, monsieur.
Look, I'm researching voodoo for a book.
I don't have your answers, B. Do you want to buy something, monsieur?
Look, what do you know about the voodoo murders?
Monsieur, that has nothing to do with my shop.
What did you mean when you said Cabri sans corps?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Tell me about yourself. How did you get into this kind of business?
Why should I discuss my business with you, man?
Okay, the dialogue system is a bit botched because I don't know whether there's new information to be uncovered from asking about a specific thing a number of times. Sometimes there is, but sometimes there isn't, and seemingly there's no difference. It doesn't change color or anything.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
I've said all I'm going to say about it.
Okay, I will talk with Grace though, again, because I thought the interrogation mode would be like an actual interrogation, you know, with possible brutality and stuff. But it seems more of a questioning, so it might actually be useful if I ask her.
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
If I ask her some questions.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh, request research. Interesting. Yeah, I can check it in a dictionary.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop, your museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Do you know anything else about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
Also, is it just me, or are there parts of Gabriel's face that kind of look like Conan O'Brien? Like, sometimes when I look at him sort of in the corner of my eye, especially in this screen over here, I kind of get Conan O'Brien vibes.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
You won't get far questioning me about it, Sherlock.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
You're the native, don't ask me.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. It must be a local custom. New Orleans love any excuse to celebrate.
Do you know what Cabri sans corps means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
This is a rude question to ask the woman. This is kind of pushy. Especially because I don't like the way it's phrased as if it's obvious that we should. Like, if you want to ask her out, just do it. Don't imply that it should have happened a long time ago. Like, I understand it's kind of a form of flirting, but I don't like it. It has an undertone that makes me feel uncomfortable, because it's like, why hasn't it happened? And the implied meaning is that it should have happened a long time ago, which I think sort of robs her of agency to a degree.
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Fair enough.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What does she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay. Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Do you have more messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Well, I specifically want to check what Cabri Sankor means. But I probably can do it myself. Are the messages... Play? Play what? Play the game. Fair enough.
There's nothing written on the magnifying glass.
Let's check how this works. Okay, so I can listen back to what they said.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Just
that's
nothing, I guess.
potentially useful in solving the puzzles. Dictionaries were over here, right?
Hey, kids.
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it, Bruno?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, my boy. And soon.
So why didn't give me an option if I can't do it anyway?
Under the window are reference books. The books cannot be operated. Grace would have a fit if Gabriel leaves through a German-English dictionary.
Let's see, Mittag means midday, noon.
No, but I want... What?
Gabriel...
Himmel means heaven. Uh-huh.
But I want... What? I want a... English-French dictionary to specifically check the meaning of the freaking sentence. That kind of seems important.
Gabriel...
Dry means 3.
Gabriel...
Possessin means possessed. That's handy to know.
Gabriel...
Drachen means dragons. I wonder if Mosley would know he was being insulted if I called him Drachenbread. Let's see, Mittag means midday, noon. Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Are you sure you don't know what caprice encore means?
I told you, I can't help you with that.
Are you sure you don't? Could you do some research for me?
What are you talking about? I specifically have this phrase that the guy said and then denied saying, which in itself is pretty weird, isn't it? I would like to know what it means.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
The old medical reference books are useless to Gabriel, and apparently to his customers. Gabriel finds those popular authors very mediocre. As though they would care. Gabriel does not want to work on the damaged books right now. Gabriel's had all those books in the bathroom and doesn't care to read them again.
Okay, I guess I'll go out and investigate some more, although I am a bit weirded out. Why can't I check it? It specifically tells me there are dictionaries here. Why can't I just pick up a French to English dictionary? But oh well. This episode has been long enough for now, so I'm going to save. It's interesting to me that this is in Polish, but that's probably because of the emulator, and it picks up on the fact that that my system language is Polish. Yeah, so for now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.